Hello everyone, welcome to another live stream. I am just currently making sure everything's functioning rightly here, and then we'll kick off. So let's be a wee second. Alright, yeah, cool. Seems everything's functioning. Alright, so welcome to, I guess, live stream for the biggest 3D community challenge that's going on at the minute. And that is boss fight from Punisher. So to start off, I'll just quickly run through what we're going to be making and what the goal of today's live stream. That way, when you're watching back on the video, you can jump around and get to where you need to go to. So let's start with the rules, so we're all on the same page. Brief is to create a render of an epic boss hero fight. So rule number one is to replace the big boss with either boss of your own 3D model, and of course your little hero in the foreground. Rule number two is incorporate a sense of slow motion. So how we're going to do that is, I think we're going to mess about with motion scale and stuff like that. Obviously keep the action centered, that's important. There's like a ring that we got to keep our character center of. We're not allowed to touch camera. Please choose one of the three provided templates. So we're going with a really far template. And then we'll move on to guidelines. So it's just pretty normal stuff. Don't touch camera, choose template, play your strengths. Yes, importantly, we've only got 120 frames. So, quite confined, but definitely doable. So what is the idea? Well, I'm going to create a nice Cthulhu epic scale render. I've been wanting to do one of these for a long time. It kind of just gives me the freedom to do it. So yep, we're going to create a Cthulhu powering over a lost ship. And the lost ship's going to be out deep in sea, and we'll maybe have a nice thick rain, thunderstorm, and lots of fog, lots of atmospherics. So when we actually break that down, what do we gotta make? Well, we gotta make an ocean, gotta make a fog, gotta make Cthulhu, ship. I'm thinking maybe a red flare just to give some dynamic lighting to reveal Cthulhu in the background. And of course waterfall, because if Cthulhu's coming up out of the water, we're gonna have lots of water run down off his body. So, big challenges indeed. It's gonna kind of push the skill level for sure, especially with trying to do everything inside on. Pretty fun. The objective of the stream today is just to create a foundation. We're not gonna go too crazy into fine details, the waterfalls, or the flares, or anything like that. Really, what we're going to create an ocean. We're gonna set up our lighting, set up some atmospherics, and we'll do some composition just to kind of block the scene and get a feel for the vibe. Because that's the one thing we want to nail is the sense of scale and the sense of mood before we start getting into finer detail. So that's what today's stream is going to be mainly about. So I have pretty much everything set up in Unreal already. So I've got most of my assets. I've got most of my add-ons, my plugins, that kind of stuff. So I guess we'll start with the water and the ocean. So to add ocean into Unreal, we're going to go plugins, go to water, add in our water extras, and then you have to restart. Closing the actual project. Okay, so then we go to add all classes, and we're going to search for water. We want to put that in there. Thing. Now, the problem with the Unreal water system is you don't really get an awful lot of control with it. You have to kind of get into the weeds, push it to where we need to go to. But the main thing that we're going to take from this is the material. So get our actual, better forming waves, you're going to go into Blender and export an albemic file. Never say that word. We'll import that into Unreal, and then we'll copper the water material. Try and get the foam working before we move further on in the project. So let's delete that. We're going to create a new level. A live stream. Save. We're going to need landscape. Quickly add in our line and burn it tonight. Right. Sure. This is our camera frame here. This is what we're going to be replacing. To play. Very anime. Definitely got that epic anime skill vibe. So I'm thinking we're gonna have some nice rolling waves in the foreground. We're gonna place a ship, maybe like a fisherman's boat or a World War II boat, something along that lines. And then we'll have Cthulhu. Maybe Cthulhu's main head just in this frame here in the center. And then we'll have the tentacles coming up, just kind of filling up that empty space. And that way we can have like water down off the tentacle side of his head. Right, so let's get cracking on and make the oceans. We're gonna hop into Blender here. I'll delete this. I was gonna sketch something. Pretty much explained what we're gonna do. So the water, I'm just essentially using a free ocean plugin for Blender. It's called Alt-Tab, and it creates materials and just speeds things up for creating a simple ocean from a plane. And you can select from 8 different ones. We're gonna go with the first one, and literally just to click a button, good to go. Bit of materials as well. If you're working in Blender, you can mess about with the materials here. And yeah, everything animates as well. So I think I'm just gonna scale it up a little. Maybe. Just want to make sure that our waves right height. I'm not getting enough wave height, so I'm going to change the scale. There we go. I really want these waves kind of rolling over each other. Maybe a little too much. You kind of see them folding in on each other here. To really sell this effect, we're going to have to mess about with the material. We're going to have to add in some boom and noise, and ideally down the line, for now we'll just get a foundation set, but ideally down the line we'll maybe add in some geometry nodes. That way we can create that finer, wispier feels coming off the rolling waves. Because if I actually reference it, or extreme, but sure. Yeah, so like if you actually look at waves when they're rolling over each other, you get obviously the main body of water, you get the foam, you get these different values of light, then you get this wispy, particle-like effect occurring on the very tip of the wave. This is 3D, and you can see it's 3D because of the difference. This doesn't have the wispiness, and that's what's really going to sell that effect. See me here, real life. That's maybe over probably to the extreme. So yeah, but for now, let's just get foundation into Unreal. We'll start blocking them. We'll come down to that later on the line. I'll go with this one for now, and I want to make sure that you only need 120 frames. Cool. Export and alembic file. Again, never say that right. Go. So if we go into Unreal, and we'll go to Assets. I do have some here already, but I'll just show you the process of adding them in. Import. We want to make sure that we change static mesh to geometry cache. For frame, make sure your frames are set from 0 to 120 or whatever frames you're using. I think everything else is a bit mature. Got our ocean in here. I'm gonna scale this up with 50. Cool, there we go. But you'll notice it's just a static mesh at the minute, so you need to fire it into the sequencer. We get rid of that lands. Let's add our ocean into the sequencer. And what we want to go to is geometry cache. Okay. Oh, no, sorry. We want geometry cache. Just geometry cache. Always confusing. And just like that, we now have fully controllable, well, fully baked. See that we've a lot more control of within Blender. Because I just really was struggling to get more control over the waves with the Unreal plugin. Now we can move things about, choose which frames to sit on. That's pretty handy. That looks. Alright, cool. I did see corner guy here. Look at that. You could take that. Bring that back. So this could be our foreground wave coming up, like so. Exits out of the frame. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So ideally here you would have the wisps kind of clashing against each other. Nice. Right, I'm just gonna duplicate this. Let me just make a new ocean. Throw that nice and tidy. How we doing, Garo? And here we go, here we go. Second ocean. FC to come out of camera. Him in there. So what I'll do is I'll just mess about with the position of this second wave. Obviously we don't want to rotate it in a way it's going to look like the waves are going different directions. I just put this on a line. There, like so. And as you can see, this one's left to right. Back wave's going to the left, the front wave's going having that. As I rotated it, I'm just gonna minus like so. Okay, that's cool. So now we need to work on the horizon, so I'm going to bring back in that landscape on a camera view. Now we can add in our Monroe. Might just I don't necessarily want close waves, I just want that background horizon effect. Wonder if I can get it without having the landscape on it. Oh, I can move. There we go. Nice, very nice. Right, so let's click on the Unreal Ocean. Let's see what the material is. H-log. All. Type in heat pod. Back to my materials. Literally just gonna apply that onto the. See the foam tiling's a bit messed up, but if we camera view it should look alright. We can dial that back a bit. If I just search foam into the properties, everything's enabled. I think it's the scatter and bias. Make this smaller. See what's actually going on. Try that for now. go maybe 1B? 1.2. Try that for now. Kind of see the foam is static, because it's not really tiling. Once you get that tiling along with the wave, it'll look quite nicely. I think another wave in the background on the bottom right might be nice. Get to that one, mate. Right, so like I said, we were bringing in some kind of ship. I have the plain old battleship from the Unreal Engine. We'll just use this for now. Fixed it. Materials. Damage version as well, it's pretty cool. We'll leave it that for now. Probably a little too big, so bring it down. 0.2. I think a smarter idea as well would be probably add a buoyancy to add this onto the wave and blender. Down the line when I model an actual, you know, fishing boat, it's probably smarter to add that onto the wave without having to animate it. And we should tighten that. I don't like the way these waves are kind of in sync, so I'm gonna push this one back. Get a bit of a variation there. Probably turn this guy off. So I have a placeholder character from, I think it's the Paragon collection in the Unreal Market. So let me just go into testing ground just to make sure the animations are working correctly on it. Don't need any fancy lighting, so go to the light mixer, add them in. Guess we can make a testing. Character. Let's see, how does this work? We got global, we got heroes, we got maps. Maps. Nice skins, sides. Nice, I'm moving. Let me reset. Oh, nice, Chris. You got any cool ideas going on? What's render of choice? You working within Unreal as well? And so this was energized, was it? Yeah. That might be a bit. Whoa. Look at the fence. That is cool. Don't like this bit, but that's cool. Only that was idled. Through these. Fins down. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, that's... Because you can think about, like, wind. Kind of looks like wind is just messing with it. What's that? Energized fin. Let's, You're blocking out within Blender. Moving in Unreal for compositing. Detail work. Nice. You'll have to show your work in Discord and stuff. That'd be cool to see. The Punisher Discord. Want to do something Godzilla, old school related, but I'm not sure yet. I think there'll be a few Godzilla renders. For sure. See, I was thinking about it last night, and I think there's really only... Maybe not only, but I think the most popular choice people are going to go for is giant fantasy vibe or Godzilla vibe. That'd be pretty cool to see. Alright, so forgot what we're doing. Oh yes, add in character. Funny or something. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add him into an empty actor. Just had an idea of camera's going left to right. If we have Cthulhu kind of coming up the opposite direction, it might give a nice parallax. And if the boat's kind of stationary, moving with the waves, might give us a better sense of scale rather than just kind of sitting there. Godzilla is pretty cool. I loved the recent film. I think the first one they did, the very recent one, way better to be honest. But if I had to pick between the two, insane. Oh. And let's just make sure he's in. Oh, he is in the right spot. That is cool. With the fins kind of like messing about. Oh, with the wind. Moving back a wee bit. What I was thinking was there. But just he's kind of leaning forward. Barely opened the project files last night, still torn on a couple ideas. We'll throw them in, see if we can help you figure it out. What are you thinking about? Get rid of this. So I'm not liking the blueness of the swap. Do that real quick. I'll go down all the way down the bottom and go to if I can pinch. I like the turquoise on this one actually. I think this one's a little too green. There. Nice. It's although I had thought these were both working off the same material, they are. Your worry is standing out from the other 1,000 Zilla projects. Yeah, I guess so. No, so this is just an asset from the Unreal library. So if you search Paragon, Marketplace, and I hate how slow this thing is. Some nice models you can work with in the Paragon asset library. I was originally going to go with this guy, but I just thought, that's maybe too much. But yeah, there you go. There's some assets if you need. That kind of fits your idea. You're thinking either sci-fi, Titanfall, robot. Thinking of Goblin. Well, speaking of orcs, there's actually in the Unreal Marketplace. Oh, updated. Here. Oh, here. I think we've just found our ship. There we go. I think we'll add that to the project at some stage. Yeah, I was gonna say there was goblins in the store, but it looks like they've updated it. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's just so slow, isn't it? Like, and coral attacking the boat. I think the Lord of the Rings idea is pretty cool. Like if you had it inside like a giant dungeon, and then like maybe in the foreground, let's see, maybe your main character is like fighting an orc. As he finishes that orc off, then the big monster gets revealed in the background. Maybe it's like a Balrog or something. That'd be cool. So he's like surrounded with all these dead orcs, and the next thing you know, the Balrog emerges. Let's bring in their lighting. Bad boy up. Delete them. No. With the archer, like maybe he's being rushed and he shoots an orc before he gets too close, kind of thing. Do you plan on modeling everything yourself? Because if you go down the Lord of the Rings avenue, I would say there's probably lots of free models you could kit bash together. That could be something to think about. My modeling skills are not the best, unfortunately, so gotta make do with the skills of others. Which is okay. You can't do it all. Right, now we're talking. I kinda want bit reference point a minute. I'm not sure whether to go down the high fog in the day or to go down a night render. I was thinking of adding in this red flare. The boat kind of shoots the red flare up into the sky and that can reveal fully in the background, but I go down a fog avenue during the day. I don't think that'll work very well. So I'll go with fog first. Try and match this kind of vibe. And then make another lighting setup. Okay, so we're gonna go into our we're gonna go to fog. I'll go to 10. Plyometric. Want to enable fog if I can find it. Gone too far, yep. You were thinking nighttime, Chris? The lighting can reveal the monster. Well, maybe. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh, and then if we go down like a thunderstorm, flare could come up, and as the flare's kind of fizzling out, flash of lightning can happen in the background. Yeah, that'd be cool, because then you would just get, obviously, you'd overexpose the camera, and you would just get the silhouette of everything. That'd be pretty epic. Buys me a little too much. So it's kind of got a green tinge. So I'm just gonna go into my temperature and right. Minus 0.3. 9,000 maybe. Do you want to get something in the horizon line? I wonder if we can add in. Would mountains would work? Maybe like a coastline. Yeah, play around that. Let's add in the red flare just for the wee dynamic light. See how that looks. How I cached the ocean, yeah, I can show you now in a wee second. So it's pretty straightforward. Just within Blender, it's a free add-on called Alt Tab Ocean, and essentially all it's doing is just quickly creating a modifier from the ocean modifier. So I keyframed in the start, keyframed in the last frame at 120, and then I just exported that as a Limbic file. And then whenever you're importing that, I'll tell you what, I'll make a new one. That ocean log. What we need, we'll go append. Scale. Now, I don't know if you need to actually keyframe it in, but I just do it just to be safe. Yeah, so I'd experimented last night trying to do it with the Unreal Ocean. It just don't really get a lot of control over it, unfortunately. Probably could if I sat long enough trying to figure it out, but there's a quicker way of doing things. Whenever you're importing, you just want to change static mesh to geometry cache. And heroes are enabled. That looks like his heart's on fire. Yeah, I don't think you can at all. That's the problem. Round ocean. Yeah, that works quite nicely, doesn't it? You rotate it. This. Time for August Marketplace seal. Is there? There's probably a few ocean modifiers in there. I might have to look that up. Yeah, definitely at some stage I'm gonna get that boat. August seal. Look. There's a monster pack. Pretty cool. There's another good monster pack. Yeah, the Unreal Marketplace is just, it's incredible, isn't it? Look at the amount of stuff that's on it. These guys. Angler. By the way, why do these things exist? Horrifying. Not bad. That's changed our settings. I want the fog to be a little heavier on the top, but not so much. Quite full. Let's save that. There was a bit of a delay there. I got a bit worried. Why not? 5, 8 in the middle. I think it'll probably be Lumen at the end of the day, unless I can get my hands on a new graphics card by the end of the month. I think the path tracer would be ideal, wouldn't it? See about maybe getting some background. path vision's kind of in the works at the minute, isn't it? That's just unreal in general. They release a new feature and it stays in beta for like 5 years. I'm pretty certain they've given up on a lot of the fluids, water situation stuff, which kind of sucks. Dial down the fog if we want to bring them in. Oh, I kind of like the thick fog, to be honest. I think right there I would do right, wouldn't it? I make this. Wonder, would it be a nice idea to add in fire? Oh yeah, the fire and smoke stuff's fantastic, but the water not so much. Very good these. Something there. If we add that into the actor, there we go. I guess we'll just go in and add a few of those. Turn that off for now. Doesn't really need to be exactly on model, but No, I was thinking of bringing in a different model, but I don't know. I'm kind of really enjoying the way these fins are animating. It might be cool to have coming down off the chin there. He's got a wee beard. I kind of feel like we're speedrunning this at the minute. Moving meditations. Oh, I never got submitting that one. What render did you submit? What was the vibe? That was the one with all the karate stuff, wasn't it? Water leak. Look what? Oh, way more like it. A little too clear for my liking. We do one there. That back fin. Hopefully that works. Now, obviously, I would like to have the water coming down around his delts and over his shoulders here. This is going to be bringing up so much water as he's coming up through. How do we do that, I wonder? Have here, so we look weather. I'll look at this one. Good leaves. Doesn't look like. It looks better than when we've got, or the rain we've got. Don't need snow, don't need snow. More snow. Wind. Work. That work. Bring it with us. All we can do is try. effects. I just want to put that in front of the camera. Oh, that's way too. Means going the opposite directions. Right. The alpha. There's a drip material function from a pack you can add that looks like dripping water. Is it a free pack within Unreal? Oh, that doesn't really seem to have done anything. Oh, that still hasn't done anything. Looking pretty good so far. Why, thank you, thank you. No, so the character model is from the Unreal Marketplace. I'll turn that off for now because it's working too well. Rays, now I wanted to see if the rays would work as an effect of water dripping down. Oh, wind. Bring that back. There. Rays is what we need. They're glowing. We don't want that. They're gonna work. Everything's gonna work. I'm just gonna flick through these Niagara effects and see if we can find one that looks like anything that closely resembles waterfall. Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool. Work. I doubt this will work, but we'll just mess about with it. That's a different vibe. like, yeah, that's a good idea, Warren. Light coming up from under the abyss. Man, these are crazy looking. I think that could work, and work definitely. Probably a little too intense. Let's see if we can fix that. Get rid of that in. Hence this. That. Well. Yeah, that's cool. Let's just put it into the actor panel so everything moves with it. It is still, it's a little too intense on the color, so let's see if we can change that. It. Visualize. Let's try 0.0. Not at the minute. That's nice there. I like that. Probably still a little too intense at the base, but go with this for now. Duplicate out. Oh, our little guy's back. He's out surfing. We look buttons. maybe made them a little too transparent. That one. I use the character as the emitter. That'd be a smarter idea, wouldn't it? Well, at least these kind of give a good blocking for now. Do you like the way it's coming out around the back of the head there? A minute. I also think the ship is maybe a little too big. In the middle. Off. Probably turn. Off this. Let's see. We go red glue. Red for the eyes, maybe. Little too pink on it. Let's see. So does he have no eyes? Does. Thought he was going to start on us there. Thomas getting angry. Oh. For the red. I think that's as good as we're going to get for now without really too deep into the weeds. I think the next step is, like you said, get a better waterfall effect. I like the idea of making him the emitter. That might work. Next, I like to fix the water at some stage as well. I don't like the way this is tiling. And then add in the old boat. Figure out what to do with this background and figure out the lighting. But I think that's decent enough for an hour and a half's work. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to live stream every week. So it'll be a live stream every week on the progress, and then I'll do some short videos as well, just to recap what we're doing in the live streams. So, you know, if you have any ideas or feedback or anything like that, just fire them in and we'll fire them on. So I think we'll call it for now. So thanks very much, guys, for popping in and stopping by. And I'll get chatting to you real soon. Cheerio, folks.